Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll talk a cup of kindness yet for days.
Hi guys, welcome to my channel where we talk books, writing and making money from the arts. I also share snippets of life as a published author based in Kenya. As the title of this video suggests, I wanted you guys to just have a little sneak peek of the venue where we're having my book launch, which is coming up very shortly in 3.5 weeks, as at the time of shooting this video. Now, it may be obvious that clearly I'm in a church, and you'd wonder why on earth would you have a book launch in a church? Actually, the book launch will be in the hall behind the church, but we are going to start off with a Thanksgiving celebration in this chapel. There's a reason we picked this particular venue. We refer to it as our family church. This is St. Thomas Aquinas Seminary off Langata Road, and I love this church for various reasons from the time we were little. First, let me just give you a brief background of our history, the Waithaka family history with this church. Our parents got married here in 1981. My younger sister Mary G got married here in 2013. Ronnie, our youngest, got baptized in this church. When we lost our dad, unfortunately, in 2018, the church, this is where we had his requiem mass, and the church helped us to bury him. But even before we lost him, my dad attended this church faithfully every single Sunday until he got sick. He never missed a Sunday, except, of course, when they were closed, because this is a seminary, so it's not your typical parish church. This is a place, for those of you who are not Catholic, a seminary is a place where Catholic priests are trained. So just like any educational institution, sometimes they do close. I really just want you to appreciate the architecture of this church. I understand because I actually talked to the rector, Father John Lelei, and he told me it was built by Italians. This church is very old, by the way. It's going to celebrate 60 years in January next year. It's actually the oldest seminary in Kenya. But a couple of things I just want you to appreciate. The first thing is just look at these beautiful, I don't know whether to call them arches or pillars or whatever it is. The second thing is just the yellow sunny walls, because they're so bright and they're cheerful. You know how some cathedrals are so gloomy and what have you. This one, even now we are shooting in natural light. We don't need any extra lighting. It just looks really nice. The other thing I really love is it has a balcony running all the way around 3 sides of this church, extending all the way to the altar. I love that feature.
And here's a hand, my trusty friend, and here's a hand of thine. We'll talk a cup of kindness yet for old lang syne.
You know, the last time I was on this balcony, I think I was really small. I was a child. So I would just come up, and from down, it doesn't look big, but when you come up here is when you realize the sheer scale of how big this balcony is. You can fit a lot of people up here. Now, the reason I'm focusing so much on the airiness and the brightness is because, I mean, this economy, when you have a function, you know you want decor, but it really helps when a church is so beautiful, you end up actually saving on decor because you need to do very little. The other thing I love about this church is behind me. Look at that mural, guys. Just appreciate how beautiful that mural is. Imagine if you're having a wedding here or a graduation or whatever function that it is. I mean, it's just such a beautiful church. The other thing I love about St. Thomas is that it's not too big and it's not too small. You know, obviously, like parish churches are designed to accommodate a lot of people, because I mean, you have a lot of people coming in and they fill up even though you have 3 masses. But again, because this is a seminary, it's actually a chapel size. So obviously, when you're going to mass on a normal Sunday, you want the church to be as big as possible. But when you're having a graduation or a Thanksgiving or a wedding, it's a small intimate group, maybe 200, 300, 350 people. So, I mean, you've gone to a wedding, right? Where you've sat somewhere maybe at the back, alafu mnaambiwa, watu wasonge mbele, watu wasonge mbele, so that the video guy and the photographer can be able to, take the video nicely, and then it doesn't look like kuna viti, hakuna watu, that sort of thing. Here, that is definitely not a problem because it's just a nice, cozy size. So it's perfect for your little event. The other thing I appreciate is right here. Look at how wide this aisle is, guys. And guess what? St. Thomas has a beautiful, gorgeous red carpet that runs all the way from the door all the way to the altar. I challenge you guys. Of course, if you hire this place, the carpet would come at an extra cost, just a little bit of an extra cost. And it's very, very competitive because trust me, I have shopped around and I have asked people to give me a carpet, and the prices I was getting, I almost fainted. So just knowing that my event will just have this carpet, in fact, you don't even have to do anything else. That alone is beautiful enough. So for the aisles, maybe you just do minimal decoration and you're done in terms of decor. Let me talk a little bit about maybe the outside and also the location. First, St. Thomas is actually located 800 meters off Langata Road. To be very specific, for those of you who know Galleria Mall, it's actually the first exit on the left after Galleria Mall. It's directly opposite the well, or maybe sit-up. Christ is the Answer Ministries, that big, huge church along Seminary Road. Hakuna pali utakanyaga matope, it's tarmac all the way. So come rain, come sunshine, whether it's pouring, whether it's sunny, you and your white dress or whatever you're dressing like, I mean, you will not kanyaga matope anywhere. Parking is plenty. There's a huge roundabout where you can park, along the roundabout, or you can park on either side on the grassy, nice areas. Next to the hall, there are actually garden spaces on either side. They're nice, they're big, there's greenery, there is trees. Literally, you don't have to do anything. Just come put your chairs or your tents and you're done. As I said, this place, decor, you will spend a minimal amount. So you have options. You can use the church for the ceremony. Then you can choose the hall or you can choose the garden. I mean, the options are there. The other fun fact is St. Thomas Aquinas Seminary shares a wall with the Catholic University of Eastern Africa. So if you have a really big gathering with a lot of cars, you can talk to them nicely, and they have a working relationship. So they can be talked to, they can open the side gate, and some of the visitors can park over there, and then it's a very short walk into the church. There are 3 entrances to this church. The main entrance is like a triple or 4-door entry. I don't know what to call it, but you're looking at the images so you can see. And then on either side of the church, again, there are exits. So for instance, if you're having a wedding, and of course the bridal party will go down the main aisle and out, but people can use the side exits. So kutoka church ni haraka haraka, hakuna kusukumana kwa hii kanisa.
For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll talk a cup of kindness yet for days of old lang syne.
Okay guys, now that you've seen this beautiful, gorgeous church, I wanted to explain just a little bit about the thinking of what we're doing on the day of the book launch. It's not just your everyday book launch, as I said. We want to combine a couple of things. First, it's a Thanksgiving celebration. My mom was very, very sick in 2020. In fact, she was hospitalized 3 times, including in the ICU. Thankfully, she did not get COVID, but it was a rough time for all of us, the Waidaka family. And a lot of our friends, relatives just rallied around and they supported us and they prayed for us. So actually, I think the main agenda for that day, 3rd December, is to tell everyone a big thank you for the way they supported us and the way they continue to support us. The second thing that we're actually doing is to celebrate my mom's 73rd birthday. When my dad turned 70, we had a nice big celebration, combined it with my show. That's my grandmother, who was celebrating 100 years. And then, but now when my mom's turn came for her 70th birthday, it was the year after Dad died, which was 2019. And she told us that she just was not up to a celebration, so we just let it slide. So, and then of course after that she got sick in 2020, and then of course COVID came, and everybody knows what happens, no gatherings, no crowds. So this is the earliest opportunity we've actually had to just celebrate her, just to have a celebration of her life and what she's been to us, because she's a pillar of the Wairaka family. So that's the second thing we're celebrating. My mom knows when she was born, but she doesn't know the exact date. So we kind of started celebrating it in December because 3 of her grandchildren were actually born in December. Pal Keren were born on 4th December, which incidentally is actually, the book launch is on 3rd December, so their birthday is the day after that. And then Connie, her other grandchild, and my niece, was born on 23rd of December. The third thing we're celebrating is the book launch of Silence in Anna. So I think I'll talk more about that when I go show you the hall. But before we go to the hall, as once again I'll share some shots of this beautiful, gorgeous church. I cannot wait. I mean, it looks so nice when it has nothing, just the bare building, literally nothing. I cannot wait to just see what the decorator is actually going to do to this place. As I said, we're keeping it very, very simple. Publishing a book is so expensive. I've just come from the printer, and the numbers they were putting were eye-watering. I'm still trying to recover. So we are really, really want to keep it really, really simple, which makes me all the more appreciative of just how beautiful this church is, because we'll need to do very, very little and we'll just pop.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of old lang syne? For old lang syne, my dear, for old lang syne, we'll talk a cup of kindness.
Okay guys, so this is the hall where we're actually going to move to after we do the Thanksgiving Mass. After seeing that beautiful church, this is a little bit different, but bear in mind this is a 60-year-old building. Obviously it's looking a little bit like it could use some work. Let me start with what I like. I love the fact that it's a good size. Again, it's not a super huge hall where you're in there and you feel like there even echoes. So for the kind of crowd we're expecting, 300, 350, I mean, this has that capacity. We're obviously not going to use these chairs. We're going to put them in one of the storage rooms. Then we are going to, because we are sitting restaurant style. So there's someone who's bringing in tables and chairs, and we're just going to arrange them nicely. I'm not too crazy about the curtains. I've actually just realized from just trying to sort of open them up so that I can get a sense of the space and the light. The light is great, but I've noticed the curtains actually don't match. So that's something I need to ask the decor person, whether we remove them, whether we keep them. Yeah, we will discuss that tomorrow. I love the stage, that it actually has a stage, and maybe I can actually move here so that we actually get a sense of this stage. Initially, my thinking was, because let me explain a little bit about what we were wanting to do here. I wanted this book launch to take a maximum of 2 hours. And so we are just doing 4 main things. The first one is we're going to have a panel discussion. That will take the longest time. Then we are going to unveil the book, of course. And then we are going to give out a few giveaways. And then the fourth thing, we are going to cut a cake. I mean, we must have cake. How do you not have cake? So initially I wanted to sort of have a simple, those old school, you put a camera and then people, sit behind it. And someone told me, Shiro, that is so 1980. People don't do that now. It sort of creates a barrier between the audience and the panel. So then the next idea I had is to put there are actually 1 moderator and 3 panelists. So you just put 4 chairs over here. But then the DJ actually told me, again, no, they will not be visible from the people sitting at the back. So we've now decided that we want to utilize the stage. So the stage, we need to figure it out. But I think we're going to have a panel over here. Nothing fancy, just maybe cover the floor, maybe use bales of hay, maybe just do something about the backdrop. As you can see, this is the play that was performed here. The gods are not to blame. I've actually done a video about that. So I'll leave the description in the link in the description, and if I haven't, it will be an upcoming video. But you can see that, of course, it's very colorful and it's perfect for that play, but it doesn't really work with my book launch because we're working with red and yellow and white. That background is too busy. So the idea I had, which again, the decor person will advise whether it works, is to actually do some draping at the back and then put some kind of something, as a backdrop. And then we will actually put the dummy book of silencing over there. The other thing I like about this hall is it actually has 3 entrances, which is just like the church, which is kind of perfect. So my plan was, and here I'll show you, I think when we come from the church, I think we'll use that side of the garden. As I pointed out, there are gardens on 2 sides, so it gives you a lot of flexibility. I think as you walk down, we will have the tables on either side of the entrance. So we'll be selling Singana on one side, and then we'll have another table over here to sell my other books. A profile of Kenyan entrepreneurs, Kenya Startiza, and their Broken Spirit. All those 3 have been published by East Africa Educational Publishers. So their team is gonna come, and they're gonna set up, and they're gonna sell the books. So the idea is as you come down from the church, and then you come, and then if you're buying the books that you buy, and then we are also going to have a tea break in between the mass and actually the book launch, because the mass is at 10 a.m. Some people may not have eaten breakfast, but it's always good to have a break in between. So the idea is to have over there at the back, next to those stairs, there are 2 serving points where we're going to have set up the tea tables. And then over here, we'll probably have a table for VIPs. For those people you don't want to queue, elderly people or, just my mom's friends, people you want to just get express service. So that would be nice to have 3 serving points, and also that will speed things up, because I think between the mass and the book portion or book launch portion of events, I think we have 30 minutes tops. So people will serve their tea, and then they will come in, and then maybe in the meantime we can have the DJ playing some music, or we'll have dancers, by the way, so some live entertainment, and then we can get started with things. Okay guys, I think that's it as far as this video and this tour of the venue is concerned. At least you've seen what we're working with. I cannot wait for you guys to see the actual, the hall and the church all decked out. I just need to remind you about a couple of things. I have released a book trailer. If you haven't already watched it, please go watch that. It's only 3 minutes long. I will actually leave a link in the description box. I am also having a pre-order of the book between now and on 2nd of December, and that is just to reward you guys who've been buying my books over the years. I'll probably do a separate video on that because I don't want this to be too long, but suffice to say there'll be a giveaway, there'll be some prizes to be won, and I'll be posting that up maybe in the next couple of days. And I think that's it. I hope to see you. Of course, I can't see you all guys at the function because as you can see, the hall is not too big, but we will be recording that day for you guys, and we will actually, be posting the video on my YouTube channel. So share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll catch you on the next one. Until then, remember, whatever you do, whatever life throws at you, you keep on dancing.